So if you're a programmer and you want to improve your communication skills, watch this video. I'm going to keep it short and to the point. First things first, when you get into the field as a programmer, just think about yourself, okay? When you get into the field as a programmer, initially, you are a bit more ongoing, okay? You can talk to people without hesitation. You can say things you want to say. It's just much easier. But as you um, grow into it and you dig deeper into the field, you kind of forget how to talk to people. You kind of forget how to say what you want to say in the meetings. Not just forget. It feels like you have some weird brain fog and you just can't get anything out. And this happens a lot to, especially most to the programmers. And the solution that I have discovered is pretty simple. So this is what you want to do. You want to open a text editor, okay? Open the text editor. You can do it right now. You can pause the video, but open the text editor. Write a title, any subject you want to improve your communication on, okay? Open the text editor and write the title. Let's say you want to write, you've been learning about Docker, or you know a little bit about Docker, you got an interview coming up, and then they're going to ask you questions about Docker and all that stuff, okay? Write Docker at the top, okay? Now what you're going to do, you're going to write anything and everything that you know about Docker, but if there's certain things that come to your mind and you're not sure about them, you're going to write that as well. So you're not going to let this negative thought interrupt what you're going to write. Just keep writing. Whatever comes to your mind, just write it down, okay? So for example, you might want to write what's an image in Docker, what's a container then, how do they differ from traditional virtual machines, where does the image sit, where do you upload the image, okay, what does image actually contain, okay, what's the file called that creates all these images, what's composed in Docker, and all these things. Whatever comes to mind, just write anything, literally anything that comes to your mind about Docker. Or even sometimes it's gonna kind of cross the boundaries, and you're gonna sort of touch in other subjects as well that are related to Docker. That's fine. Just write anything and everything. Okay. Once you're done writing, sit down, just sleep on it for a little bit, and then revise these notes. Make them more accurate. The things where you had made assumptions, just correct them as well. So it's a brain dump. Okay. It's not precise. It's not super accurate. It's just what's here, and you're putting it into words, into writing. Okay. Now, when you do go to interview, or you want to talk to people about Docker, you will be much more open to suggestion, but also you will communicate more because you have sort of just revised what's in your head. But it works because you're not writing detailed stuff on that text editor. You're writing generic stuff. You don't want to go too much into the details. You want to keep it generic. As long as you keep generic and you do this exercise about different topics, you are going to be able to talk to people. Now, this can be about anything. If you got a meeting coming up about a site or something else, do the same exercise, but don't go into the details, okay? And you'll be able to talk easily. Not just easily, you'll be able to talk way more than other people because you recall these things before. It works because you're just letting things go, and whatever comes to mind, you write it down. And when it's a real situation, you will do the same. What comes to your mind, you will say it, and it just works. I hope it's been helpful. Subscribe.